going on, guys? Jay here from EasyBladeShavingProducts.com. I'm with my boy at JSharps the Barber. You can follow him on IG. He just did a wonderful haircut today. We got a comb over, salt and pepper hair. You guys are gonna like this. Enjoy the video. Talk to you soon.
This is the Andy's ProLiner LI, modified with the ProMade blade, shaved on the tip. Call it the Cobra, and we're gonna start off our skin fade with that. Check it out. I usually just take everything else out, never make a hard line. And then after that, I'll go ahead and pass the electric shaver. So I like to bring it right up top of the ear, starting with a mid fade so I can have enough room to start with the smaller transition. I'm using the Andy Selector Shaver. Get that closer shave. You don't really have to go hard in the end on the top. Just go flow with it. All around the ears, make sure you get the ears. I mean, if anything, you could go over it with the blade. With the straight edge. But right here, you don't really gotta go in. Make sure, you don't have to go all the way to the top. I mean, you're making it a line, so you're making it more difficult for yourself. So you should bring it up and kind of like fade with it gradually. So I start with the designers because I get more of a closer end to start with, and then I just switch it over to another machine. But this, I mean, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. So usually I just bring it all the way up. Grab it this way, bring it up this way, and it just, don't make a line, it's just go up. You'll see where the hair ends and flop it over, not to make another line. Bring it over here too, by the sideburns, start that off too. And you bring it to the lower lever, and just start flickering that piece off. Make sure you catch the sideburns too while you're at it. And you bring it to a quarter of a length up. Just snip at it. Keep going all the way up. Go back to the sideburns so I could just take care of that because he wants his beard. Go ahead and flick at it. Sometimes to make sure, just to get to back to the last lever, I'll flicker that up as well a little bit. Just change up, get the 116. Okay, so this, I'll start with the 116, I'll start with the lever almost all the way up, like 75%, and just start flickering up. Again, if you need to, just start off here. And flick it all the way down to the lowest level. Make sure everything is caught up. Boom. So I got that. Turn it off, get with my one. The one clipper all the way down. Now you still got the 116 there, all the way up, with the lever all the way open. So keep that in mind, I do. So I just start with the 75% lever all the way up, and just start flickering. I mean, I change my style depending what I'm doing at the moment, but I have many different styles to start and continue. So, and then I close the lever and go up to to this line right here. Start playing with it. Open and close, open and close. Back to the 75%. Go back to the 116. Just to make sure. Level all the way open. Flicker it up. Make sure you don't go above to the top line. And that's it. Now, up top, what I usually do is clip over comb, and then I'll use the 1 guard all the way up, just to blend over. So clip over comb, just go ahead and start taking it off. So this is pretty much like a 2 to me. That's how I see it. Just bring the level all the way up. Now clean it. And just bring it over. Sometimes you may need another one, so bring this over here. Cool tool because holds it intact and it kind of combs it itself. So it's pretty cool. Just scissor over comb it. Just to get that little blend. Just bring it over. If you keep, depending on what style you want, if you want the hair to just come up, you just keep the comb going up. But if you want it to blend in with the hair, then you grab the hair this way and cut. I usually do, and I have a habit of doing, if it's a new client, I do one side and then show the client and see where we're at. So to make sure that we're on the same path, eye to eye. So I'll show them one side and then say, listen, this is how it's going to look on the other side. So if any modifications that you need to make, you go ahead and do it, you know, further on. But before you do the whole haircut, and you're like, okay, I got to do this. So. Oh, you got to modify whatever you need to modify, but here I'm just anxious to see too, like what it's gonna look like. I'll show it to him, and if he likes it, then I'll continue on. I got another trick too. If you see anything that's grabs you can always go down on it. I tend to do that. Don't be afraid to use that, trust me. Don't go straight, just go straight in. Do it down, and if anything, you just go up like a clipper. So I kind of want to get this. I don't want to see this line here too. So what I'll grab the T-line again. Just nip at it. Gradually, there you go. So I'm gonna do the same step that I did on this side. Just gonna comb the hair a little bit forward here. So you kind of like mess with this side first. Kind of like a comb over as well. Leave that out the way and start working on this. Guys, I go all the way level up. Some people don't think it's necessary, but to me it's to prevent any lines to me, and I know where I'm going, so that's my guidelines. Brush the hair off in case, sometimes depending on the moisture, if it's warm, it's gonna stick, so you're gonna keep going over and over something that might not be there. So keep going over it. Just play with it with the T-line. keep saying T-line, but this is what? This is LI, what I call it. Down, see where you're at. Come back with the one lever up. Just run up. Well, this side right here with cowlicks, you also have to pay attention. He has one on this side, on his right hand side. So I usually leave this kind of alone for a bit. I can go back to it later, but I don't go as high here because I want to see how bad it is after I comb it over. Comb it over, make sure you see where everything is at. I think the most basic technique for me, bring this in, comb this side to the right, comb this in, comb this to that side. So I'm gonna start working with the middle, the shear work. I like to start from the top. In this case, only remove, I'm gonna even things out for him, so not taking much off. I don't want to straight cut it because I want it to have, you know, some kind of, I don't want it to have straight lines, so I want it to gradually, you know, be cut. Leave this. Grab this up on this side. Well, you measure out your fingers. I kind of measure out to see where the hair is at, and if I want to even it out, it's just be the tips. So. Remember, he's combing his hair over, so I tend to just lift up to this side. And pretty much that's it. And you always want to go over it, so you can grab it from either side and see if everything is even. Whatever excess you have to cut, you go ahead and do so. Always go back and forth and check your work. I'm gonna start with his beard here. Just to start, you know where you're going. I tend to go back and forth a lot, so is whatever I see, I'll tackle. There's no rules to this, you just do what you want, as long as you do it. Whatever manner you want, however you want to do it. Depending on the client, I usually, depending on the type of client I have, I don't really do the line here, but he likes the line up here. And a comb over. I mean, it's not necessary to do a line in the front. Use the Easy Blade Classic Pomade. Just use a little bit of it. Rub it on your hands. Make sure it kind of, the heat of your hands, it will melt. Start back and then forward. And then all around. how they want it. If you want it wild, if he wants it combed over, it's up to the client. Wants a part, so I'm gonna give him a part. Make sure you make the line. Every tool, it's always helpful. Lean them over. And just follow the line. You want to make the line too thick. He wants a little thicker than usual, but in this case, I would say, just to make it look cleaner, go ahead and just shape this part up. I mean, that's my opinion. To make it look a little cleaner. And sometimes you can't help it from the previous barber, whoever, you know, they got their own style, so you just gotta run with it. Easy blade holder. About to use the Easy Blade shave gel, just a little bit. That's all you need, just a little bit. This part I'm just put on this part. Put some on the side because I'm gonna attack that real quick. Get some here for now. I usually tend to leave some in my hand. Start working on this line.